Hi, this is Cassie Viella with Silverbridge Realty, and today we're going over the final step of protesting your property tax appraisal. So you've hopefully watched the first two videos and you've gotten your evidence together and you've started the first part, filed the initial protest. After you file that protest, then generally within about a day, the appraisal district will send you an evidence packet. So you'll get an email from BCAD, and I think it just says your evidence packet is ready. Click on that email and then click on the link in that email, and you're going to come to this screen. You should have a username and password that you made last time. So go ahead and log in. We want to go to online appeals in the middle. And then here you can see the same screen we were looking at last time. Usually it starts out on custom view. I think I left it there last time, but you should see that you've got things under review here. So when you get ready to submit your evidence, after they've given you an evidence packet, you want to log in, which we've done. The next thing you want to do is you want to read that evidence packet. So you come over here in the top left-hand corner and click on Evidence View. It took me forever to find that the first time. And then you'll see right here in this column that says CAD documents, that's County Appraisal District documents. You can open them. So it just gives you a PDF. It's going to be, it's very long. It's got a ton of jargon, but you want to you want to scroll down to this calculation worksheet, because that is going to give you the details of how they're valuing your home and all of the different parts of it. So on the calculation worksheet, the first thing you want to do is look and see if anything on here is actually incorrect. A lot of times you can find little things that just maybe in the past there were other things with your house, like for example, in this home that I've got pulled up, it says that we have a shed, but we tore down the shed a couple of years ago, actually, because it was just about to fall over. It's terrible. But each year I still have to come in and tell them, like, there's no shed. You keep charging me for this shed that doesn't exist. So all I have to do is show a picture of my backyard and say, there's no shed, and that's a pretty easy thing to get taken off. I also just read through the details, because like fireplace, I had an inspection report that our fireplace was completely unusable. There had been a leak, and the fireplace is completely inoperable. And so I filed that inspection report as well to show, like, you're charging me for this fireplace, but I can't even use that fireplace. So if there are any things in this section, that is the easiest to put into your protest. So um, make notes of that when you're reading your evidence packet. This is the first part you want to focus on. Then as you scroll down, after this long list, you'll find the comps, so the comparable sales. And what they do is they just pull different home sales from your neighborhood. I don't imagine they look at them super closely, because how many homes are they having to evaluate across San Antonio? So this is where you're going to help them realize that some of the comps that they've chosen are not actually comparable to your home. And so in this case, what I was able to do is I looked at the pictures on the MLS listing of the comps that they were using. Your realtor should be able to give you a list of the comps, and they can do it in such a way through the MLS that you can scroll through and look at the pictures. So make sure you get that as well so that you can help yourself with this, because they certainly don't have any, they just have a picture of the front of the house here. So you're definitely going to need a realtor to send you those pictures. You can also go, probably go onto Zillow and find some of these pictures too. But it's much easier if a realtor just does it real quick for you. What I did was this first comp, I looked through the pictures and it was not similar to my home at all. It had been completely updated. It had granite countertops, tile showers, a manicured backyard with an actual shed. And so it wasn't anything like my home. And this was a much higher priced home. But then I kept scrolling down and I found another comp that was very similar to my home. And in fact, it was the exact same floor plan. And then it had laminate countertops and kind of the older items that are in my home. And this one was valued at 155 once you take off the closing cost in the deal. And so I was able to make the case that, hey, look, from your own comps that you sent me, the one that my house is most similar to is valued 15,000 below what you valued my home at. And so you've put my home at way above what the market is saying the value of my home is. So that's a very strong argument. And so that's basically what you want to focus on. And so now that you've done steps 1 and 2, you've read the evidence packet, now you're going to write your case. What I like to do is pull up a Google Drive document, just a writing document, and make my case very succinctly and orderly. So what I do is I start out with anything that they might have gotten wrong, like we talked about the shed. That's going to be first. And then I will point out the comps and, just very matter-of-factly, just very quickly and matter-of-factly, just point out the differences. And then finally, I make the argument that there are some major issues with the home. So, the HVAC and the water heater are old. You just want to show everything that's wrong with your house. You want to use that as a reason that it's not worth as much as they say it is. Because truly, if you wanted to sell your home, as a realtor, you would have to, I'm telling you, you would have to fix all of those little things to get it ready to sell. And so make that case to the county. Say, take pictures of all of these things. If your siding is super old, take a picture. If your water heater is old, take a picture. Anything that is wrong, take photos and document it and make your argument here. So I make this, I make it in Google Drive, like I said, but I download it as a PDF because they only accept PDF and JPEG files. So that's kind of why I do it in Google Drive, because that's so easy to just convert it to a PDF when you save it. And then, so you want to make your argument, and then you also want to attach any photos. So like I made my protest, and then I literally named this no shed in backyard is the name of this JPEG to show, hey, this is there's where the shed used to be. It's not there anymore. You can also, I haven't done it yet, but you can add the pictures of the siding, the water heater, whatever. All of the things that you said in your, in that PDF, you want to make sure that you provide photo evidence. It can also be really powerful to put some pictures in the PDF. So as I'm making the argument about the comps here, I could actually take a picture, screenshot some of these, the comps that are nicer than mine, and then put a comparison picture of my home next to it, just to make kind of an extra argument that they're not comparable actually. And so that's all you have to do. When you have all of your evidence ready and you're ready to upload it, I'll go back just to show you one more time that from this main screen, when you have evidence view highlighted, the same place where you got the evidence packet, you want to come to this far right hand side column that says upload and just click the button upload. And then here right at the top, you want to do choose file, and that will let you go into your computer and choose the photos or the PDFs of your evidence. In addition to photos, you can also add like an inspection report. Like if you've recently bought your home and you had a home inspection, you can put that as evidence that there are problems, because every inspection report shows a bunch of problems. So I recommend uploading that as well. And so once you choose this, you click upload. You can only do one at a time, which is kind of annoying, but do one at a time, click upload, and then you're pretty much finished. We've done our steps. Submit your evidence, which means upload the evidence. And then you're done. When you return to the summary, you know, it shows that everything has been submitted. And if you want to just double check that it actually uploaded, you can always click on upload again, just to verify to yourself that the things are still uploaded there. But that's about it. And then you just wait. So they're going to look at your protest, and they're generally going to, in a couple of weeks, email you and offer you a lower amount usually. And, I think they offer you enough for you to accept it, but not too much. There are ways to continue protesting if you don't think that that's enough. But in my opinion, it's usually enough to accept it. So even if you just get a few thousand taken off, that's helping, that's saving you money. And it's definitely good for, for you every year afterwards. So even, not just this year are you saving money, but in the future, it's still going to be a little bit lower. So it's a very good idea. Congratulations. You did it. You're done. I hope for the best for you, and I hope you get lots of a nice discount for that. If you need any help, remember, if you need any comps, I'm going to put a link in the comment section of this video to a website that I made where you can just put in your address and it'll send it to me, and I can send you some comps pretty quickly. I'm happy to do that for anyone. I just want everybody to be able to protest their taxes if they want to. If you enjoyed these videos, please press like, maybe subscribe, because I try to put out useful information for homeowners in San Antonio. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this helped.